Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America on YouTube, and a top Democrat pollster has just delivered devastating news to President Joe Biden and the Democrat Party. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. So he's on CNN, which is a happy place, usually for Democrats, right? And he delivers what he called the grim reality to President Joe Biden and to the Democrats. When you look at minority voters, black, Hispanic, LGBTQ, they're giving President Trump higher approval ratings than they're giving Biden. Now, these are constituencies that President Biden cannot afford to lose if he wants to stay president. You just can't. A Democrat's not going to win without these constituencies. Across the board, what this guy is saying is Democrat voters are giving Trump higher approval ratings than they're giving Biden. Imagine that. Imagine that. If a sitting president, your own party, is giving your opponent or presumed opponent higher approval ratings than they're giving you. That's crazy. I'm going to leave you guys with the video for you to watch. And before I go, I'll ask you to leave your comments, to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America on YouTube. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody. But before you leave, please watch this clip.
Tonight, quote, "This is grim." Those are the words of the veteran Democratic pollster Stanley Greenberg. Those words about his latest poll of thousands of voters in the battleground states. Greenberg, who teams up with James Carville at the Democracy Corps, found that among voters who usually make up the Democratic base, young voters, black voters, Hispanic voters, Asian voters, LGBTQ voters, get this, all of them collectively gave Donald Trump a higher approval rating than President Biden. Those findings despite increasingly positive economic news. Just today, the jobs report showing 199,000 jobs added last month in November. The unemployment rate dropping to just 3.7%. Stan Greenberg is out front tonight. Stan, we've known each other a long time. You've been doing this a long time. You paint a very grim picture. I know you say grim, but let's start with the grim. What was the most sobering thing you learned about the president's standing?
Yes, I reiterated grim plus because there is a path, but the grim is in the fact that the base is the problem. You have we're behind in this race in the base. Approval of the president is lower than that of Trump. In the base, and probably the hardest part about that is that it's the issues that play. It's not just we're not doing well now, and inevitably the structure of the race, will come back. I think we're dealing with issues of prices, wages not keeping up with inflation. We're dealing with crime. We're dealing with the border. So we're dealing with issues that are eroding our people on the issues. Now we can, I believe, get them back. I think there's a path in this poll. There's a structure that's actually pretty democratic. If you look beyond the president's numbers. But there's also a path for him, in these.
You asked voters about 32 specific topics, and the President of the United States led on only 6 of those 32. His bright spots included women's rights, climate change, addressing racial inequality. I want you to go through that and give me your view of how he gets on the path back. But let me frame it this way. We spent a lot of time together in a campaign a long time ago. There was an incumbent president, George H.W. Bush, who, like this president, kept saying, look, the numbers are finally getting better. The economy is getting better. George H.W. Bush was unable to convince the American people, and Bill Clinton won the presidency because people wanted change, and they wouldn't listen. Is President Biden at risk of having an electorate that wants change and won't listen?
I think he's going to be listening, because I think this poll, I believe, will matter. And by the way, if you look at this poll, look, what you need to look at is where